call this a box of chocolates because all of the guys that we chose to hear from about love, life, and all of those things, well, they all have different flavors. And this one in particular, I had a chance to talk to him through a mutual friend. And he said, Ramona, you have to meet this guy. He is really a nice person. And then he said, oh, and now he's Essence Eye Candy of the Year. And now the lockout's over, so now he's in football season. And so without going on and on, George Wilson is in the studio.
Good morning.
I told you I was going to give you some claps.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So for all of my ladies, v-103.com. Log on right now and click Watch Live, and you can see George. George, wave to my girls already in the chat room talking about you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you live here now?
Yes. I'm a fairly new resident to the city.
Okay, so do you need some folks to show you around? Because I'm sure in the chat room we can probably find about 5 good tour guides.
Yeah, I know the main parts. I need to know somebody to come and teach me, the in and outs of the city so I can avoid this rush hour traffic that's out there.
I'm sorry, you can't avoid that no matter what you do. All right, so we are going to dig right in because we've been seeing you. Let me go back to something because we had a chance to talk off air before, and we did have you on in August, and I asked you some questions about, what you prefer when you're dating someone and some of the things that you like, your favorite movies. And with this particular series, I've been asking 3 questions. First, what did your mom have to say about you in that Marsha Ambrosius video?
At first, she wasn't too pleased with it. I was actually at her house visiting her when I got the opportunity to do it on the phone. And when I went in and told her about it, her first question was, do you have to kiss? I was like, yes. Then she said, well, do you have to get in the bed? And I was like, yes. And she was like, I don't like it. I don't want you to do it.
Wow. So how did you convince your mom?
I called my sister. That's my ace in the hole right there. I called my sister. As soon as I told her about it, she was like, well, what are you waiting for? I said, mama. So then also I called one of my mom's sisters, and told her about it. She jumped on board too. So within a matter of, less than a day or two, my mom was on board and was cool with it.
Okay, so you just called in the gang, the fam.
Yeah, I had to call in the reserves to come and help me out, pull that one out. Because I really wanted to do it. It was such a great, powerful message to raise AIDS awareness and safe sex awareness.
Of course, we're talking about the late nights, early mornings video.
Right, absolutely. So, just to have opportunity to be a part of such a strong, powerful message, especially to our Black community, was something I really wanted to take on. And so just to have my mom's, clearance and okay just made it that much more enjoyable.
So, of course, because would you consider yourself a mama's boy?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I talk to my mom, several times a week,
Okay. I thought you were going to say several times a day. I was about to go, wait, cut.
Now, that might be a problem when I start to get into a relationship. So, but, I'm very close to my mom. She's very dear and near to my heart. And, I wouldn't be where I am today without her support and her guidance.
Okay, well, the sweetest thing we've ever known is a man who loves his mom, which means that he's able to love you. So we're going to play this. This is for George, I guess. Is this cool? You like this? You like some food? You like Lauryn Hill?
Yeah,
We'll be back with George Wilson. Everybody, he is in the studio. It is the People's Station, V103. Wow, so what do you feel about being called Essence Eye Candy of the Year? Of all the guys that in America, they chose you. How did that feel for you?
It definitely caught me off guard.
It did?
Just to be considered, in that group, it's definitely humbly appreciated. And it's something that I've grown to accept and just build on that brand. So it's been a good journey so far.
You were also in a Mary J. Blige video. And in the locker room, because you are the strong safety.
Yes, ma'am.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, you got it. Hey.
All right. Not free safety. Strong safety for the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
And Walter Payton Man of the Year for your community service, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So aside from all this, he's a man's man, and then he comes and he's in Essence magazine. And what did the fellas say to you?
The guys gave me a hard time at first. For the most part, the guys just teased me, calling me a video vixen in Hollywood and everything like that. But the guys, we have a good time with it. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of them would much rather be in the position I'm in. That's why they tease me as much as they do. So
absolutely. Well, let me talk about this. Walter Payton Man of the Year. That is an award given to those who stand out among other teammates. Community service. What else is that based on? And
your on-field excellence.
On-field excellence.
For what you do on the field and off the field. And it's the second time I received it. Since I've been in Buffalo, and it's just it's voted on behalf by the Bills employees, by the people in the community leaders, as well as business owners in the Buffalo community. So it's a well-rounded, diverse group of people that really voted on it. So it's truly a great honor.
Well, that's wonderful. I want to go back to, college. And everybody listening, George Wilson, you can watch him right now, v-103.com. Okay. I just want to go back to the fact that you've worked so hard for everything you've gotten, the scholarship, and you walked onto the team in college.
Yeah, coming out of high school, I had some opportunities to go to some small colleges to play football, but I wanted to follow my brother's footsteps and play in the Southeastern Conference. So the only school that gave me that opportunity was Arkansas, and I had to go there on an academic scholarship, So, my dream of playing in the NFL, I'm able to see that not because of what I was doing on the playing field, but because of what I was doing in the classroom. So, just to have that opportunity and to walk on the football team.
So you walked onto the team in college.
Yes, ma'am.
Through hard work, you made that team.
Yep, I made the team, and after my freshman year, I received a full athletic scholarship. So I went from, paying for part of my education to getting a free ride.
Wow. And so getting into the NFL wasn't any easier either, was it?
No,
you had to work for that
right,
too. You didn't just get you didn't get drafted.
Right. So my experience in the NFL, coming into the NFL, was very similar to my experience in college. A walk-on is, essentially equivalent to a practice squad guy or undrafted guy in the NFL, and I had to go that route as well.
And you share that message with children, and that's what I loved about it when I watched your video. So he's not just another athlete. This guy has really worked really hard. He's been determined, and that's what you teach the children with your safety foundation.
Absolutely. I just try to encourage kids not to allow their everyday environments to handicap them or to handcuff them. Try to turn it and use it for motivation. And, just let them know that they have the ultimate control over their destiny, and what they do right now while they're in school, while they're under the roofs of their parents' houses, is going to dictate how far they go in life. They're building that foundation that they're going to build the rest of their lives upon. So make sure you're spending the right time, putting the right stuff in your foundation. All
right. Well, George Wilson is in the studio. You can see him, ladies. v-103.com. We're going to be back with him and answer more questions on V103.